we're quite pragmatic about it. As we said all along, it's going to be a different type of a season, James. We will get opportunity to look at our young kids along the way, but undoubtedly on the back of a good win and a really good week in training, we wanted to play, and it's just stuck another game back into a congested calendar. Changed our week, changed our training around. We gave the guys a very upbeat, up-tempo physical session on Friday to try and replicate what they would get in a game, which at the same time hasn't really hurt us after COVID. I think across the board we weren't too bad, but at the same time we've probably got some guys that did need a little bit extra sticking in them. So, if the cloud has a silver lining, certainly help 2 or 3 individuals out in our squad and get over a couple of little bumps and bruises. But yeah, more disappointment and frustration that we haven't played. But we're in those times that we know we just got to get on with it, mate. And there'll be no complaints from us. We'll just roll the sleeves up and get on with the next job. And we know we should be coming into this game pretty fresh. I thought obviously our Salford performance were the best performance in terms of our ball control. We'd been littered with errors really over the first 3 weeks, and we managed to, I guess, just simplify it and play the new style of game a little bit better than we've been playing it, if you like. Not too long ago since we played them, James, but since then Huddersfield, different halfback combinations, I think, pretty much every week, different fullbacks every week. So there's been some, certainly been some differences in their games. I think, again, ourselves, obviously, 60 minutes really dominated us. Again, Warrington, I thought they competed really well. Some changes in team and probably underperformed in a couple of games. So mixed bag for us, and again, a little bit difficult to prep for because we're still unaware of their team situation at the moment. So we very much put the focus on us continuing what we felt were a strong step in the right direction against Salford, mate. We're acutely aware that we got a bit of work to do after the opening sort of 2 or 3 rounds. So, for us, it's been about building on what we're doing in training. We have had some adaptations, as we've talked about before. We've, I guess, looked at some of the different elements in the game, some of the trends emerging, some of the data that we're seeing from our very brainy sports scientists and GPS guys, and certainly we've made some adjustments, and it's been more of a continuation of that for us. Put a bit more focus on Huddersfield today, and I guess some of the plays and shapes that we know that they run. But again, James, we want to sort of build on the good performance of last time, and keep in our game some of the parts of it that we undoubtedly improved against Salford. If and when Jack comes back, and Richie's still in form, it'll give us a headache. But they're better headaches than we had 2 or 3 weeks when we were looking around as team and shuffling the deck chairs a bit when we weren't getting the performance. So yeah, more than happy for a problem like that. Jack trained a couple of weeks ago. We thought he was going to be close to selection. Just had a little bit of a reaction and soreness in his foot, so we've took him off, and subsequently he's had a couple of little injections in there to help himself along the way. Probably be another 2 or 3 weeks, Pete, which is a bit of a setback for us. But given the magnitude and type of injury, there were always going to be some unknown until he got back on the field and started running again. So a slight reaction, but nothing to majorly concern us in the long run. Well, at the moment, we've got a pretty fit and healthy squad. Jack Walker's not there, and Cuthbo may miss a week this week. But we've got 30 players training at the moment, and it were always our case that if we hadn't been called off against Wakefield and we'd have gone to Catalan on Monday, it was always our intention to send 2 different teams. Hence, Brett Ferris and James Harrison joining us from Featherstone. I totally understand that may raise some eyebrows, but our rationale were always to avoid, blokes playing 3 games in a week and on flights and all that. We're still in the Challenge Cup too, so that'll give us a bit of scope to hopefully carry fresh people into a Challenge Cup semi-final. So, guys, we didn't want to back up any more than possibly the odd player when we had to. I guess on welfare issues, and because we think it's the way to go in this congested period, that we want fresh players for the right games at the right time, really.